Good Sunday morning, folks, and thanks for joining us on Inside the Valley. We have a jam-packed show for you today, but joining us first this morning, we are talking about Teen Click It or Ticket. Right now, we have Isabella Muniz, we have Samantha Arellano, and we have Octavio Saenz. Now, you are with the Texas Department of Transportation.
Of course, yes.
So tell us a little bit about what this kind of campaign is.
Right. Well, as you know, Click It or Ticket has been one of the most successful campaigns that we've had in the past few years at TxDOT. Its objective is to make sure that people comply with the law that it's putting on their seatbelt, and not only because you could suffer a $200 infraction, but because basically seatbelt saves lives. But what we have seen lately, as of 2016, out of the nearly 550,000 accidents that occurred in the state of Texas, almost 20% of those had to do with drivers between the ages of 15 and 20. We also saw that more teenagers, or at least in that age bracket, in that demographic, were using seatbelts less and less. So what we brought in the Teen Click It or Ticket, which basically addresses the issue to teens. And what better way of explaining the safety or sharing the safety message instead of somebody that's a few years older than teenagers, actually have teenagers, come up and say, look, this is important. And, the teens in the driver's seat, different clubs that we have throughout the state are so successful in portraying this message. And we've had a very successful marketing campaign that we had just last month. And of course, the best people to talk to you about that are Sammy and Nisa.
Perfect. Now, I know I see right now on your shirt it says the advisory board. So tell me a little bit about what you do.
So we just promote wearing your seatbelt, do different activities like we did the wrecked truck, and basically that's like two boys got in a car accident and they could have died, but they had their seatbelts on, so they lived. And we just do different activities like that, promoting seatbelts and stuff.
Definitely. Now, do you both make it a point to, whenever you get in the car with anyone, whether it be an adult or maybe another teen, a friend of yours, to kind of always make sure not only are you buckled in, but they are as well?
Yes, of course.
When I was younger, I would actually tell my uncles, like, make sure you buckle your seatbelt, because they had a bad habit of not doing that. And because my uncles are just like a few years older than me, they were like teenagers at the time when I was little, and I've always like lived by that rule: make sure you wear your seatbelt.
Definitely.
I'll tell you one thing, it's very effective when we have children and when we have teenagers actually tell parents, hey, this is the right thing to do. I think we really undersell the ability that these young folks have in order to ensure not only the safety, but also the legality of it. And with, as Sammy was talking about, the wrecked truck, this truck was just completely demolished. It was just a mangle of iron just bent. And when you think about the amazing thing of two teens walking away from this accident just because they had their seatbelt on, that tells a great story. And of course, when it's the teenagers that are helping to tell the story, that goes a long way.
Definitely, most definitely. And so what kind of things do you guys, I know you're promoting, definitely you want them to, click it or ticket, obviously, but I mean, are you also talking to them about, I guess, how are you approaching, your peers at your age too? Because I know being a teenager, you kind of want to, I don't want to wear this, it gets in my way, I'm going to put it behind my back, or I'm not even going to buckle it, or I just don't want to wear it. What kind of are you talking to them about?
One event we had at school was Shattered Dreams event, and basically what we did was we brought a wrecked truck, a wrecked car, and we brought it into the school, and we had different students act as death and act as people that were in the crash and how they were dead. And then the people who were like the death, they had little things that said like, make sure you wear your seatbelts because teen crashes are the #1 cause of teen death and everything. And that hit a lot of students because they were like, oh wow, like this actually happens. And we give out flyers at school, and we also brought the wrecked truck event to our school, and everybody couldn't believe that these two teenage boys survived because of wearing their seatbelt.
Right, exactly. And so what made you both want to become a part of this kind of campaign and kind of spread this message?
It really was just to get out there to help people, like just seeing how we could encourage them to wear their seatbelts, save their lives, is just really good, and just helping the community.
Definitely.
And one thing that's important to mention to your audience is that young drivers, these young ladies are around 15, almost 16, and so they're going to be driving pretty soon. I have a daughter the same age and have a son who's 17. I see it on the road as far as the dangers that we have. As you know, we have more congestion, we have more people, we have more than 1 million vehicles registered, plus whatever traffic comes from Mexico. And not only that, but you know, we have congestion and we have more people do sometimes dangerous things. It is important that people know that young drivers are more prone to have an accident and statistically speaking, dying than older and more experienced drivers simply because of that lack of experience. And to have that additional tool or that additional measure that would help you, you know, walk away from an accident, I think there's no you know, there's no argument about that.
Right.
Wearing your seatbelt.
Most definitely, especially seeing as, you know, phones have been a huge issue, I'm sure, of
Oh,
it,
gosh,
using
yes.
the phone when you're driving, being distracted, and nobody wants to be off of it, honestly. Everybody wants to keep in communication with their friends, their family, or just what's going on social
Right.
media. So to have your seatbelt on, whether it might not even be you could be driving and somebody else could be on their
Right.
phone, and
And,
luckily,
and that's the thing. It's so important when young people that they live. It's like they were born with the cell phone. Are able to tell the message, hey, put the cell phone away, put on your seatbelt. It's not just one thing, it's a mixture of things that help safety, not just for them as drivers, but for other people that are part of the traffic mix. I think it's extremely important and goes a long way into telling young drivers and even adults that these are measures that need to be implemented in order to have a safe driving environment.
right. Now let's talk about some things as far as being, okay, so you're the driver in the vehicle, you must have your seatbelt on, you will get an infraction, correct? Now passenger, same as well?
You
Or
guys-
how does
you guys
that
wanna
work?
answer
Yeah,
that?
passengers in the car, how does that work? Because I know a lot of people think, I'm in the back seat, I don't need to wear it, I'm safe.
I know the answer, but I know they know it well. as well.
Yes, anybody can get ticketed now and fined.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, then that's important to mention because I
Right.
think a lot of people have that misconception, like I mentioned, oh, I'm not the driver, I'm fine. I'll just sit in the back.
Oh,
I
no,
don't
no,
need
no.
it.
Everybody in the car needs to have their seatbelt, or else you can face a fine of $200. And if that doesn't scare you, you could die.
Yeah,
So
of course.
if that doesn't scare you,
I
then
know.
you could kill somebody. So
Exactly, it's very, very dangerous. Now, tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing moving forward throughout the year. You guys have anything else planned? Do you guys go into different schools, or how can people, maybe somebody's watching right now, they want you to come into their school and kind of talk to them about this?
It's a nationwide organization, so we are going to a different school, so we won't be with the same sponsor.
Okay.
But at the other schools, they do have it, and the same way that we promote it at our old school, we're hoping to take it into our new schools and really like enforce the ideas that we had from this past school year, and like bringing the rec truck and everything. I'm sure that we'll be able to do that next year also for the other students that haven't been able to see it.
Perfect.
Sammy, want to say something else?
Yeah, I think if you do want to, you can look it up online. I know, like with the ambassadors, we have people that will help you, like just ask for the help and you could get.
Perfect. And of course, that website is on your screen right now, TexasClickIt or Ticket.com. I want to thank you three for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
You guys are doing a really great thing, bringing awareness to something that definitely needs to be talked about.
Right, I want to mention that everybody that these resources are free to anyone that wants them. So just help on the website and let's get started.
Perfect. All right. Thank you again so much for coming
Thank
in.
you.
Thank you.
you.
All right, folks. Well, when we come back, if you have thought about wanting to try yoga, well, here is your chance. We have an exciting event coming up that you won't want to miss. We'll be right back.